Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations as the traditional custodians of the land on which this event takes place. I'm Brenna Wee, Artistic Director of Bridges Collective, and it's my pleasure to have your company here today. Thank you for coming out to this concert. And welcome to the final concert in the Bridges Collective Encounters 2014 project. We have with us here several distinguished guests. We'd like to welcome Margaret Katomi and Professor Jonathan McIntosh from the Monash University, our commissioned composers Julian Yu, Tim McKenry, and Krishna Satyawan, who's travelled from Indonesia to be with us today. We also like to welcome members of the Consul General Malaysia, Mrs. Norma and Mr. Adri Aizuddin and Ms. Ainur Zailani. This afternoon's concert is the culmination of Bridges Collective's 2014 Encounters project. This project is an extended musical exchange program between musicians and composers of Melbourne and Malaysia. As many of you are aware, Bridges Collective specializes in creating and performing cross-cultural art music, and there is, as you may well imagine, very little cross-cultural music within the traditional canon, and as a result, we often had to commission works for our concerts. And for this project, we had Julian Yu, Tim McKenry, Krishna Satyawan, and Indonesian composer Slamet Syukur to compose for us. Every 2 years, we embark on a large-scale project, and in the Encounters project, we call it, an in-depth collaboration with a specific country in the Asia-Pacific region to bring music of that country to Australia, and for us to bring some of Australia's music there to share with the audience. In 2014, as in with 2012, we collaborated with Malaysia. This tour took a good 2 years of planning, as you can imagine, with a big international tour, with negotiations, collaboration, and partnership with composers, teachers, students, musicians, administrators, and support staff. This process begins with us looking for repertoire that can be used. We solicit involvement from composers who have an interest in multiple cultures and whose works reflect the attempt to merge these cultures or grapple with these cultures in their compositions, such as Julian Yu, for example, and Krishna's. Our composers who are composers are often willing to write works that reflects their home culture too, but with a depth, often with a kind of insight that reveals something that might not always be what we think it is. For example, like Ross Edwards' Nura, which you will hear later in the program. This year, we wanted to include gamelan instruments in our project as well, the centerpiece of Malaysian and Indonesian musical life. So we have, as you can see, a display of gamelan instruments, and we look forward to sharing the music with you. With our commissions done, we then embark on rehearsing in Melbourne, and we take the pieces away on tour. And this year, while we were in Malaysia, we actually engaged with Malaysian gamelan players there too, and rehearsed with them before we did our public concerts in Malaysia. The second component of this Encounters project is an artist-in-residence program in Shah Alam at the University of Technology, Mara. All of us spent time at UITM giving masterclasses, and we also shared masterclasses and public concert with the Classical Music Society and the organizations that were associated with them. This project would not have been possible without the support of the Australian-Malaysia Institute of DFAT, who funded our trip there and our concert here as well. So we'd like to thank and acknowledge them here. We had a wonderful exchange with the staff and students over there, and we soaked up the beautiful sounds and culture in Malaysia. We were very warmed by the hospitality that was shown by our hosts there, who treated us to wonderful food, and some of us had time to have a bit of a sightseeing holiday after as well. So I'd like to introduce our project members now. Over to my left, we have Wendy Grose, our soprano. We have cellist Paul Zabrowarny, and flautist Taryn Richards. And later we'll be joined by Ilona Wright and Narelle Vilela, who will be playing the gamelan instruments. So we hope you enjoy this afternoon's music and the repertoire as much as we have had preparing it. So I'd like to hand over the stage now to Wendy, who will introduce our first piece. Thank you.